There, right. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to another exciting episode of Channel X, the only live essential program on Thursdays that starts the weekend early. I am your host, TomDog247, and as always, I'm Tom Dog all day and Tom Dog all night. Oh, baby, alright. So, got a pretty interesting show here today. Definitely. Quickly though, I do apologize if you hear the fan. It is hot as hell outside. The rain didn't do nothing for over here. So just bear with me. I'm trying to get my notes in order. There we go. Okay. So, all right. So, before we get things started, let's do the shout outs that we always do each and every week, and the plugs and everything like that. Oh yeah, there is one other thing that I got to do. One other thing. Gotta find it. Ah, here we go. Okay. So, alright. Big shout out to my good buddy Josh with Absolute Talk with Josh Albert. You can check his podcast over at podbean.com or wherever he has podcasts, wherever you can listen to podcasts. Check him out. He does a good job on his podcast. Also, big shout out to the Dorkening Podcast Network. They do an amazing job of podcasts. Definitely worth checking out. They always have a lot of good times, and you'll have a good time listening to them. So check them out at thedorkening.com or wherever you can find podcasts. Big shout out to Vicki Van Gogh over at Creep Me Out Creations. She does, she's a gothic artist, does original dolls, arts, and prints that are creepy and very, very wonderful. You'll like it just as much as I do. You can check her out on Instagram at Vicki Van Gogh, or you can buy her work over at Etsy and eBay. So, definitely worth checking out. And of course, a big shout out to my good friend Joseph, Charming Joseph. He's also doing some photography and doing some prints and some 4x4 prints. Check out his work. His work is absolutely amazing. You can check out his stuff over at Instagram.com/Charming Joseph. Charming_Joseph. Definitely worth checking out. He does an amazing job. And tell him Tom Dog sent ya. Big shout out over to Melly Playful. She does an amazing job on her YouTube channel. Check her out. She has a lot of fun. You'll have a lot of fun watching her have a lot of fun. So, definitely worth checking out. Big shout out to everybody over at Gamer Geeks and Gaming Pros and Fandom Life over on Facebook. We always have a good time, and you'll have a good time too. Just tell them Tom Dog sent ya. And of course, a big shout out to Marissa and David. How you guys doing? Hope you have a great weekend. So, excuse me for 1 second. I gotta change my glasses. I know I was supposed to do that before the show. They are bothering me. There we go. Apparently my glasses broke over the week, so I had to break out my other pair, the good pair. So, so, yes, sir. So, whoops. Okay. So, so this episode is brought to you by M&J Video Games and Collectibles. You trade in your old video games and consoles, from retro video games, accessories, and systems. You can also trade in your DVD box sets and Blu-rays. You can also trade in your sports cards and novelty items, as well as wrestling collectibles and autographed items spanning from sports, wrestling, and actors. If you happen to live in the Connecticut area and you want to check out this wonderful, amazing store, do so. For directions and a list of events that they have going on, you can check it out at their website at mjvideogamesandcollectibles.com. Also, this episode is brought to you by the She Bean Brewing Company here in Connecticut, home of the down, right, up, left Y&B. They have wonderful beer, all local brewed, and if that's your thing, definitely worth checking out at shebeanbrewing.com, or you can follow them on the social media apps, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Yes, sir. So, oh, man. So, yeah, I had to change my glasses. Anywho, so, I didn't get a chance to do a show last week. I was extremely tired and everything. It's one of those things that happened. It was just like, I was extremely busy last week. And not only that, my arm was in pretty bad shape. Still hurting like hell. I don't know what the hell is going on. And I'm getting like, taking my meds and everything. Just, I think I do need to get it, like some sort of x-ray or CAT scan or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, that's what's going on. I am trying my best to do to finish up on excuse me, my take of the E3. It's been pretty busy. I know I have some other videos I have to do, and I still got to do them. I haven't had a chance to really get that taken care of, but know that I'm going to be doing that. As far as I'm doing this show out right of the way because next week is kicks off the Tom Dog Days of Summer, and we're actually going to start it on Monday, August the 3rd, because it's our birthday episode here on Channel X, where we don't know what craziness is going to happen, but so I don't know. We're gonna have a lot of fun, I know, or at least try to. So you never know who's gonna show up and celebrate my birthday. And also, I'm also going to be posting something up on my Twitter page this weekend in regards to the download code for the PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. If you're a PC gamer, be on the look for instructions on what you can do. So yeah, this is going to be very interesting and a lot of fun. Hope you get to tune in to that show, and that's Monday, a special Channel X episode on Monday, August the 3rd. So, and we will announce the winner of the PC gamer, the PC game PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. So, and whoever wins, I will DM them the download code on Twitter, but instructions of that will be later on my Twitter page. So be sure to follow me on Twitter at TomDog247. So, okay. So we got a lot of other stuff going on as far, give a quick heads up what else is going on in regards to the Tom Dog Days of Summer. I'm going to be doing some live streaming as well over on Twitch. I'm going to try to bring those streams over to YouTube. Haven't debated yet on what I'm going to be doing. We're going to have a lot of fun with that, and for the month of August, we're going to do a marathon. Something that I've been wanting to do for a while. It's not going to be the live streams that we do, so I got something else planned for that for the month of October, but we will cross that bridge as soon as we get there. Let's see. Okay, sorry. But yeah, we are gonna have a lot of fun, and hope you guys tune in during the Tom Dog Days of Summer. So, but yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun. I do have to change something, make a little change on my Twitter. I haven't had a chance to do that, and I've been, like I said, extremely busy, and at times very lazy. Since Mixer is no longer around, I'm going to change it up a little bit and do some experimenting as the days go on. We're going to do I'm going to try to do something on Facebook gaming. See what happens on there. I haven't figured out what I'm going to be doing, but I think it might be somewhere in the line of what's on the screen. So plus I reposted the Cuphead video that I did on Mixer, the only video that I've ever done on Mixer. We actually had a lot of fun with that, and at the time that I did do that, so yeah. And I plan to do that again, because now the trifecta has been complete. It's on the Xbox, it's on the Switch, and now it's on the PlayStation 4. So that is really, really cool. So expect me to do some more live streaming on that as we move along. I might redo the episode. It's up to you. You tell me what you tell me if I should or not. It's up on my YouTube channel. It's already up on the channel, so if you want, after the show, you can check that out. It's a lot of fun. Real quickly, we had some celebrity deaths this week since Sunday. The biggest one, of course, is Regis Philbin. He passed away over the weekend at age 88, and we're gonna have some, we're all of us are deeply saddened by the loss, and so yeah, he was very, very good, and he will be very missed. With Live with Regis and Kathy Lee, and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, which I plan to do in a future live stream once the PlayStation 5 comes out, because once it's confirmed that it's going to be backwards compatible, because I do have some Who Wants to Be a Millionaire games that I had on the original PlayStation, on the first PlayStation. So I think I might go back and play those games. I might. I don't know. Haven't debated. So, but if I can live stream, then yes, definitely I will do so. And but yeah, I miss him deeply, and it's very sad. I'm going to talk more about it on Wrestling Prime. I'm going to do a special tribute to Wrestling Prime, because he was also a huge part in the wrestling with WWE, interviewing a lot of WWE wrestlers over the years, which I'm going to be doing my top 5 Regis Philbin moments involving wrestlers. So involving the wrestlers. So during his interviews with the wrestlers. So it's going to be very, very interesting to watch, and we're going to have a very good time with that as well. And in the meantime, let's just right now pay our respects to the great Regis Philbin, as we pay our respects with a moment of silence. Alright, we're gonna miss you. We're gonna miss you. So, alright. So, let's see. So we have a little bit of a discussion here regarding Ellen DeGeneres. And apparently she's been past week or so, she has been in the news because a lot of her crew some of her crew has some discussions regarding her some allegations with toxic environments within the Ellen Show. And so I'm going to read this article because it's gotten from bad to worse. There's talks about that her show, that she may come a part of the cancel culture. This article comes from page 6. So it's on website page6.com. They say the once beloved daytime talk show host has come under fire in recent months, her alleged cruel behavior. The allegations, which first began on podcaster Kevin Porter's Twitter and ended in a BuzzFeed news report, ultimately prompted Warner Media to launch an official investigation with assistance from a third-party firm. A former TV producer who also came forward and detailed the Finding Dory star bizarre demands that prevented anyone from looking at her or talking to her, with allegations that run the gamut from racism to intimidation and fear on the set of her eponymous talk show. Degeneres is facing an uphill battle. Not only is her show under investigation, but Degeneres also has faced backlash for showing how out of touch with reality she has become. She has compared the coronavirus lockdown to being in jail, despite filming from her $27 million estate. However, her problems began far before the shutdown. Degeneres faced backlash after she was photographed sitting next to former President George W. Bush at a Dallas Cowboys football game. She defended the friendship despite Bush's anti-gay marriage stance and called for She defended the friendship despite Bush's anti-gay marriage stance and called for tolerance, but continued to be called a hypocrite as she allegedly banned celebrities from her show for sharing similar views as Bush. Furthering her different strokes for different folks mentality, Degeneres vehemently advocated for Kevin Hart to be reinstated as the host for the 2019 Oscars, and even called the Academy about after homophobic jokes he had made resurfaced. Smelling hypocrisy, the people called her out again. Given these trying times, will Degeneres find a way to be redeemed, or will she join the ever-growing list of canceled celebrities? So that is going to be the comment section topic for today. Listen, I don't know. To be honest with you, I gotta see both sides of the coin, because all I'm hearing, all I'm hearing is about what Ellen has done, behind the scenes from her, with her alleged toxic environment, mentality, and like I said, I'm not picking sides, but, and Ellen is a great actress. She's a very funny comedian, and she's faced a lot of controversy. She has faced a lot, has suffered through a lot during her career. She was a successful stand-up comedian, and when she, nobody at the time, nobody knew that she was a lesbian, and when she actually came out of the closet on an episode of her sitcom of the same name, she confessed, she opened it up, and ABC canceled the show because at the time, during that time, it was run by Disney. And that's kind of a shame that, and I feel that, and I felt at the time, because that show was very good. And what difference does it make if she's a lesbian or not? Did she have any lesbian, was there actually lesbian scenes, that, it's like, okay, these two women are going to have sex and everything like that. We're going to have these two women wear their night clothes in bed and everything like that, share the same bed and everything like that. No, they didn't do anything like that. Nowadays you can get away with it, with stuff like that, but back then it was all taboo, and everybody was but again, at that time nobody cared. Around the 80s and 90s, nobody cared if you were gay or lesbian. Nobody really cared. It's like, you take a look at Elton John. At the time, nobody knew he was gay until he came out in the mid to late 80s. He came out of the closet. Did anybody care? No. Look at him. He was, look at him now. He's knighted, and he's one of the most success, one of the most legendary musicians of all time. And then at the same time, Freddie Mercury didn't, nobody knew he was gay until he died of AIDS. And he came out, and those were his last, he came out on his deathbed. But does anybody really care? No. Nobody really cares. But then all hell broke loose the moment George Michael got caught with his pants down in the men's room. Would be funny if it was true. Would be funny if it wasn't true. But it's like, I mean, but going back to Ellen, she's always been, facing a lot of backlash and everything like that because of that. And now everything, now she's very successful and has become a very, a very wealthy woman. And maybe she's just, maybe, she's just frustrated with everything. That's how I'm looking at it. Sometimes you just have your bad, sometimes, everybody has their bad moments and they just fly, they just get all pissed off and everything like that. But, I don't even, I'm not trying to defend anybody here. It's just the fact that, or I'm trying to white knight for anybody. It's just the fact that, I need to see both sides of the coin. And all I'm hearing is about, the only side of the coin I'm seeing is about what Ellen did. And I haven't really heard, I don't know if Ellen spoke out about this and saying, has she gone public with this? I don't know. But but yeah, it's very nerve-wracking. And it's just like, and with her, sitting in, like, so what? Excuse me. At the time, she was, at the time that, when George W. Bush, was against gay marriage, he faced a lot of backlash for that, and rightfully so. And of course Ellen spoke out about this too. But George W. Bush is no longer president, obviously. He did his 2 terms, and now they're just, it's just 2 people watching a football game. And so what? Who cares? Who cares if, 2 different opinions are sitting together like they're pals? Who cares? Really? What difference does it make? It's like, and she's being labeled as a hypocrite. Not really. Is he still standing by what he said all those times? I mean, no. He's actually changed his tone, because you know what? He's, I'm pretty sure behind, what's to say that behind the scenes that they didn't go and apologize? That he didn't apologize or say, listen, I have a new lease, I have a different take on things now, and I'm sorry for the things I said when I was president. Okay, then bygones are bygones. Let's move on. And you know what? That was back in, in the early 2000s. Now here we are in 2020, and like around, I don't know if this, I forgot if it happened in 2019 or 18 when they sat together. I think it was last year. They were sitting. Yeah, it was last year, and they were watching. They were sitting watching the game. So what? They moved on past that, and then when talks about Kevin Hart, says some things about the LGBT community, and his stand-up shows, and a long time ago, and now they come back to haunt him because he was going to host the Oscars. It's like it's like, did he should he have said it? No. Is he he's looking past that now and everything like that, and we all just gotta fucking move on. That's all I gotta say about it. Forgive and forget. But sometimes but it seems sometimes it's not that easy. It really is not that easy. It's like I always say, you take the good, you take the bad, you take the both, and there you have a fucked up world. I mean, really. Man, I'm no perfect angel either. I mean, I did some stuff when I was on public access. And, does anybody give a shit now? No, they don't. Because, I will, because I admit to my mistakes, and we moved on. We all did. We all moved on. I never said anything, I never stepped the boundaries of saying anything racist or sexist or bashing the LGBT community. My behavior on public access was a lot different. There was as I mentioned on my last episode about the nail glue incident. I said what I had to say, and then when I came back, I told the GWC, the Greater Waterbury Cable Council, where to go, because they had no right to do what they did and not allow me to speak. But then there was an incident later on where I used poor judgment, and I admit to that. And I went on when I came back a year later about my faults, about the misjudgment and everything, and I assured to my viewers and my fans and my audience and my crew and the staff and my friends and my family and my puppy that I was never going to do that ever again. And it's a lesson well learned. So, and I moved on, and we all moved on, and we all grew from that. And we were better because we were able to talk like adults and said, hey, this is what happened. But apparently, some groups don't look at it that way, and some groups don't look at it that way, and they say, hey, you can't do that. Well, that's too fucking bad. So, and it's just really, really ridiculous that, I mean, is she, we, it's like a lot of us don't really know how she, and the only people that knows how she really is behind the scenes are the people that work for her, either currently or used to. We don't know, and that's the point I'm getting, is like, you know, those who are just reading the articles, like the article that I just read, you know, we're just fans, and we're just reading we're reading into it, and then you get that one group saying, oh, she should get banned, she should be banned, oh, cancel her show, cancel culture, blah blah blah. And it's like, that's not how it works. You need to see both sides of the coin before you can make your final decision, because if you're just hearing one argument and not hear what the other has to say, then that's why this world is so fucked up. Alexa, do you agree with me?
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Okay, she's pleading the fifth. Because I know she's... Alexa, how are you today?
I'm quite cheerful, probably because I've been thinking about my favorite animal.
Alexa, what's your favorite animal?
Seahorses make me smile, mostly because I can't help but picture sea monkey cowboys riding them across the ocean, into the sunset. Thanks for asking. And now if you'd like a giggle, ask me for a joke.
You guys want to hear a joke? Okay. Alexa, tell us a joke.
Why couldn't a basketball stay in a relationship? It was always on the rebound.
Okay. Okay, that was actually pretty funny. Alexa, thank you.
Of course.
Oh, man. So. Alright, so, but yeah, it's just like, I'm sure, 2020 is a fucked up year and everything. I said that, and, everybody's suffering. Everybody is, not just me, but everybody's fucking suffering. Everybody is. And, I don't know. I really don't know. Slider, do you know? No, you don't know. I mean, got the coronavirus, we got the we got the coronavirus, we got murder hornets, sandstorms. What's next? The Rise of Cthulhu? I don't know. I really don't know. I literally don't know. It's like, you watch. Something's going to happen in August. And sure enough, it's going to happen on my birthday. how fucked up it would be if, like, if something bad were to happen on my birthday. And watch me jinx it now that I brought it up. I mean, really. Shut the fuck up, Tom. Here I am. The world's going to hell. I'm turning 42 on Monday, and I haven't even gotten laid in 4 years. I'm dead serious. I better get laid on my birthday. I'm dead serious. If the world's going to hell in 2020, I want to at least drain the lizard. Really do need to get... Oh, man. Yeah, well, yeah. I haven't really mentioned why I have Cuphead in the background. As I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the show, Cuphead has come to PlayStation 4 finally, and so I figured, why not show off the best game ever made that was originally an Xbox exclusive. Now it's a third-party issue. Now it's a third-party title, and once I do get the game, I'm going to I am going to do a live stream. So yeah, it's going to be really, really good. Yes, sir. So, speaking of video games, we have been graciously enough, we have been gracious to find out that an old video game channel is making a comeback in 2021, and this article is coming from IGN. It says G4, the video games focused TV network, has teased a possible return in some form in 2021. The teaser video that debuted during Comic-Con at Home on IGN Live alluded the network's return. The teaser included a number of references to the running jokes from the network shows, including Golden Mullet, the Golden Mullet Award, the Sizzler Soapbox, and Rock Gut. It ends on a game of Pong, the game played at both the beginning and end of the network's lifespan, before being interrupted by the appearance of the G4 logo, the date 2021, and a tagline, "We never stop playing." What that actually means isn't fully clear at this point. The original G4 network ceased broadcasting in 2014. It could be that the network itself will return. It could be an online channel, or maybe taking a different form altogether. The G4 TV Twitter account has seemingly reactivated simply to post the trailer. Ex-host Adam Sessler said it called it a curious turn of events, while former X-Play host Morgan Webb joked that he was impressed that I'm just impressed someone remembered the password to the Twitter. That he was impressed that somebody remembered the password to the Twitter account. Attack of the Show host Olivia Munn referenced her time on the show in response to the tease, as did fellow Attack of the Show host Kevin Piera, who also wrote Hello World. Okay, Return 2021. Okay, I couldn't read it. It was all gibberish. Anywho, former hosts like Allison Hayslip also commented on the return, saying, Also, there are legitimate tears in her eyes. Those three notes right at the end, which Tiffany Smith responded in celerity to the teaser, while Jessica Chabot teased, "What does it mean?" G4 opened in 2002 and went on to broadcast shows such as X-Play, G4TV.com, and Attack of the Show. The network helped launch the careers of Jet Knightley, Olivia Munn, and other notable figures in the gaming coverage. So yeah, it was actually really good. And I used to watch that a lot, especially one of my favorite shows, which you can now see on Peacock, and that is Code Monkeys. That show is actually, I hope that show makes a comeback. If G4 TV does come, is making, in some sort of fashion, whether it's going to be on TV or digital streaming media, please do me this favor. Bring back Code Monkeys. I love that show. That show is fucking hilarious. And if you're going to be anywhere near Connecticut, can I work for you guys? I'm just saying. Because I love E3. I love it. So, and speaking of E3, it's time to segue into E3, because there's been some talks about E3, might be saying bye-bye. This has been a long discussion for a long time now, especially when we talk about it on this show. As you know, E3 was canceled this year in light of the due to the coronavirus that hit, and so they've been doing ways to bring to at least have some sort of gaming shows, some news coverage on this year's content, stuff that's coming out, in regards to the Series X for Xbox and PlayStation 5. So, as I said at the top of the show, that I've been trying my best to do what I can to make sure that happens as well, and it to like at least have something for the fans. Excuse me. And so, and it's been very tough. It has been very, very tough, and rightfully so, because there's some other shows that have not really shown up. A couple weeks ago they did the Nintendo Direct Mini, but it hasn't been the full Nintendo Direct, which they do every year around E3. But because of the coronavirus, everything's just been slow paced with everything. So, there was something for us, with showcase events and other things, but with what's been going on, there's nothing really we could do about it. So, with that being said, do you guys think that E3 is still going to be, going to have something for next year? Because in light of what's been, what's going on, do you think, could it recover? I think it can. There's only two things, there's actually one big thing that can save E3, and I've said this many, many times on this show. Stop leaking information, and this was been going on before the coronavirus hit, before COVID-19 hit, and that is leaking stuff before E3. Keep it quiet, keep it silent, don't leak anything, don't tease anything, and wait till E3, because then you'll have fan base wondering, oh, what's going to happen? I was like, oh shit, we didn't hear nothing about this game. Keep it hush hush, and that's what's really killing it, is that the fact that every notification is coming out early. We can't have that. I'm the type of kid that wants to be surprised. I like surprises. It's like you wake up Christmas morning and you see the present. You see your presents on the tree. You don't know what you're going to be getting, and you get it, and you're like, "Holy shit, this is awesome!" I didn't know I was going to, when I was a wee little tyke, I didn't know I was going to get a Nintendo Entertainment System for Christmas. But I got it. So, and I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. Meanwhile, Berserk was sitting there collecting dust. I feel bad for that. I actually do, because I have a soft spot. Everybody knows the story about how Berserk still kept me gaming, which it did. But I don't want to see E3 go. I mean, if it wants to be revamped, if it wants to be needs a refresher. And you know what? Technically it does, in a way. I mean, let's look at it this way. Maybe this was a good thing that E3 didn't happen this year, with or without the COVID outbreak. Because look at it this way: it gives people at behind the scenes at E3 to like get a breath of fresh air and be like, listen, let's do something spectacular for next year. We have a whole year to come up with something. Let's reinvent ourselves. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't have a problem with that. If let's put it this way. Let's say that, for example, that COVID-19 did not happen. Let's put it that way. That if COVID-19 never happened, never ceased to exist, and was there really going to be an E3 this year? Probably not. That's saying that maybe, what's to say that maybe, just maybe, that E3 was trying to take a break this year and saying, hey, listen, we're just overwhelmed and everything like that, because a lot of stuff is coming out. Let's let Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo do their own thing, while and hopefully next year we can come back fresh, re-energized, and bring something new, or bring something that that can bring the fan base, and that have that feel of what E3 meant to us before technology evolved more and more. And that's the thing, is that technology evolved. E3 never really evolved. It never really did, to be quite honest with you. It's just like it was wearing itself down, and that's why and like I said, developers needed to be, really serious for next year. Seriously, if you want to get customers to buy your product, and I hope they're listening, for next year, please, for the love of God, don't leak any leak any teasers beforehand, because it's going to take away from the audience. I mean, let's give Fallout 76 an example. A couple years, 2 or 3 years ago, when they announced that Fallout 76 was going to happen, they leaked a little teaser. Bethesda leaked out a teaser before E3. Was the excitement really there? No. And let's forget about how shitty the game is, whether you like it or you don't. That's not what I'm talking about. The fact is that there could have been some sort of wow factor. Had they not teased a new Fallout game before E3, because I can guarantee you that a lot of people would be invested into getting Fallout 76 had they not say anything beforehand. Tweeting the Fallout, the Fallout gimmick that they had and everything. Whatever. They could have easily just wait until E3 and just, not even announce that they were going to make a new, not even mention until the day of the show, and have it at the last thing. Like, before we leave, we have one more video to show you. And they'll be like, well, what's this? And then you see the old school television screen that says, please stand by, the whole thing, and they're like, oh my god. I bet you they would be a lot more invested than how it was. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. But think about that. It could have been, maybe, you could still say whatever you want about Fallout 76. All you want, whether you would still, would you still hate it or would you still like it? It's hard to say, because at least you have some sort of reaction from your audience that's sitting at the auditorium watching this teaser trailer, and they're like, holy shit, there's going to be another Fallout 76, there's going to be another Fallout game? Oh shit, is it going to coexist with Fallout 4? Or is it just going to be a whole new game altogether? Because that's what they're missing. They're missing the wow. A lot of developers are missing. That's the main ingredient that you don't see it that often, because technology is evolving, and everybody wants to leak out information as soon as we can, as fast as possible. It's making it difficult for developers to surprise everybody and say, listen, stop it. I want to see. We need some feedback on this. We don't want to leak out any information beforehand. Let's do something, and let's give them something. Activision, the same thing. When they released another Call of Duty game, they teased it way beforehand. They could have easily waited for E3. They could have. Why do you think Nintendo was being so successful with their Nintendo Directs? Because they don't leak out any information. Nobody leaks out anything. Nobody did. Nobody knew that there was going to be another. Nobody knew that there was going to be another Animal Crossing game up until that E3 trailer. Nobody knew that Cuphead was going to come to the Nintendo Switch until it was announced at E3. What about Banjo and Kazooie being fighters, being playable characters in Super Smash Brothers? Nobody knew that was going to happen. People were predicting that, but nobody was leaking out everything. It's like, hey, this is my prediction. I think Banjo-Kazooie is going to show up. But what happened? They mentioned it at E3. Yeah, it was Nintendo Direct, but still, it happened on E3 week. What about Halo? What about Halo Infinite? Everybody knew that there was going to be the thing about Halo is that the new Halo game, Halo Infinite, we all knew that there was going to be another sequel. We just didn't know when. Until E3, when they teased Master Chief's helmet. Nobody knew. Nobody knew that Halo Reach was finally going to be a part of the Master Chief Collection until the announcement at E3. Nobody knew. So you see where I'm getting at? How a lot of people were so excited that some of these games were left secret until E3, and they were like, wow, I want to get this game. Wow, I want to get this new console. If everybody would just keep their mouths shut, E3 can still survive. But because of people leaking out information, whether they're developers or just computer hackers, it just needs to hush. It just needs to hush, and I can't stress this enough. That's the way it should be. Is that, because you're taking away from other people who wants to be invested in a new Halo game or a new Fallout game or so on and so on and so on. There hasn't been a new Call of Duty game in quite some time now, except for the Modern Warfare. Technically it's a remake, but a reboot or whatever, a remaster, but still. I'm sure there was going to be another new Call of Duty game. I'm sure of it. But the way things are going now, we just have to, hope for the best. But to me, I don't think E3 is going to, die down. Technically, with this break that happened unexpectedly, I think that this could be, that to say, oh, we can be, okay, we had a year to rest. Now, let's get back to basics. Let's get back to what we need to do, and let's do something for 2021, and let E3 just be totally amazing for 2021. I'll be on board with that, and I will. Question is, will anybody else be invested in it? Only time will tell. And on that note, friends, thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate all you guys coming on and watching, at least. Even if you don't say anything, it doesn't matter. That's fine, you know. But it's good to have fun and everything. Just, you know, take a relax, you know, for a while. And be sure to follow me on Twitter at TomDog247. If you missed any of tonight's episode, you can check it out as soon as it comes available on this. You know, as soon as it finishes uploading on the channel. Also, if you are new to this channel, if this is your first time checking out this channel, let me be the first to say welcome. First off, and if you like what you see, thumbs up the video. Ringy dingy that bell so you can stay notified on what I'm going to be doing next. And of course, you know, since you're new to the experience, also comment down below about what do you think about E3. You think E3 is going to be around next year? Let us know in the comments down below. And I know I said about maybe Ellen, but I think this one's a lot better. I think this discussion's a lot better. So yeah, comment down below what you think about E3. If you think E3 is going to still stay around, or is it going to no longer be around? Let us know what you have to say, because your opinion matters too. And if you're new to this channel and you like what you see and you ring that bell, there's only one more thing you got to do, and it's not that difficult, but it's a good one. And if you want to be and it's the only way to be a part of the Brill Pro family, and that is face hug that subscribe button. We will see you all again here next week. Same Tom Dog time, same Tom Dog channel X. Until then, this is Tom Dog saying take care, so long, peace.